Do you know that your screen time is keeping you away from your dream life? And by screen time, I don't, not screen time, screen time. I don't mean just social media, but everything that we check on the screen. Uh, Reviews of places that you are about to go to, and then you read negative reviews, and then you decide to let a negative thought come inside and sit in your head about this particular place. Your bank account, stocks, trades that you're taking, social media, of course, spying on your ex, spying on your friends, spying on your competition, if you believe that there is competition. All of these things, they all require a screen, right? And we are drowning in too much information. Every decision that we make is based on some information from the outside. A couple of days back, there was an article about Ebola virus. It has started now, something in Africa. Before that, there was Hanta virus. News will keep coming. So now what will you do? So this goes against the entire principle of allowing the outside, which is a dead reflection, which is actually an old reflection, to dictate your mindset. So, how you feel about your future, how successful you think that you can be or not be, whether or not you're going to face uncertain times in the future or not, whether or not there are going to be rainy days, it's all now being determined by what you see on the outside, and you are only seeking this information. Information is there, but you are only trying to seek it. Now this time, there was a report of having really bad rainfall and this and that. The first mistake is thinking that everyone is going to suffer the same fate. That is wrong. There are a lot of people who thrived in the pandemic times. They made a lot of money, and then people who decided to listen to news and keep themselves updated every minute to minute to minute, they failed. I was one of them. I was unfortunately in the second category of people. And I was a musician, and so I decided, based on the news, that the event industry has stopped, live events have stopped happening. So that means that, oh my god, I'm going to face uncertain times, I better do something else. And I just then started doing a lot of things in a very haphazard manner, and of course I panicked. It was not a good time at all. Then I kept hearing about reports about how some of my musician friends have in fact joined Swiggy as delivery executives, and it was crazy. It was a crazy time. I allowed that also to sort of affect me. Oh, look, musicians are suffering, talented musicians are forced to do these odd jobs. Now that's true even during normal, so-called normal times. Iran war, now tomorrow something else will happen. Recession will happen, job market will crash, some protest will happen, government will fail. How many things are you going to allow from the outside to dictate how you are going to feel about your life, your mind, yourself, your future? So it's time now to start turning this around. My appeal to you is this: stop checking everything, because whatever is actually hidden from view, listen to what I'm going to say very carefully. Whatever is hidden from your view is actually a great candidate for change. Right now, for example, if you're watching this video, or if you're whatever driving or cooking or doing whatever, hopefully right this moment you are not checking your bank account, or right now you're not checking some other social media app. Right now you're not stalking somebody. Right now you're not stalking the news, hopefully, right? So all that is right now hidden from view because it's not on your screen. And now that can be interpreted in a way that is favorable to you. See, whatever problems, struggles that you've had in the past, They've happened because you have interpreted events in a certain way. Oh, this means that, oh, because it seems logical. See, that's such a big pitfall. It seems logical. Of course, if the world is going to be shut down, of course my job will be affected. Of course. So this is the meaning that you have given. That meaning, actually the event doesn't mean anything unless you give it a meaning for yourself. But when we try to do it the other way around, all logic goes out of the window, because we have not been taught to think that way. So if you have lived for however long you've lived, you have practiced a wrong way of thinking. I'm calling it wrong simply because it is not favorable to you. Otherwise, fine. If it is working for you, then who am I to say anything? But my guess is that it is not working for you. So everything that happens on the outside, whatever you are able to perceive right now on the outside, you have to perceive it in a way that is favorable to you. I'll give you a personal example. The reason why I've uploaded after a long time is that uh, I've had a bit of a pause in my career, and that pause I have discovered is has also come because of me. I sort of expected it because, oh, I think I've increased my charges. Maybe that's why people are hesitant to pay, etc. It's all that. This is all nonsense. Okay, nobody has come and told me that this has happened because this is and no. But I was expecting that, and anyway, a little pause came, and of course I went into a little bit of a worry state. I don't panic these days because I am convinced that everything is happening to me because of me or my interpretation of things. And then when I sort of looked at it from a bigger point of view, I was like, it's okay, yaar, it's a good break for me. Actually, I focused my attention on a lot of other things that I like to do professionally also, and I've made some good gains over there. But since I'm waiting over here for my client to call or something to happen on the outside, I have decided that unless that happens on the outside, I'm not going to change. But then you know what? I said, F that. I am not going to let anything on the outside, a situation, person, nothing to come and sit on my head. Because why? I have decided so. So I have now started forcing my impression on the world instead of letting the world impress upon me. So I stopped checking a lot of things. I stopped checking my phone. I stopped expecting in that way, that this something on the outside will make me happy. I started, feeling happy on my own. I decided that I was rich. Every time I would look at my hands, for example, I would just look at it and say, you know what, this is a very rich person's hand. Okay, like whatever, to talk in your own favor, because what you are is what is going to be impressed upon the world. Things will move. So I believe that, and therefore I started doing that. And well, soon enough, things started changing. They started turning around. And when they started turning around also, I did not give it too much credit. I did not call up, you know people who were important to me. Something, this call happened, finally I have now. No. Like, of course it's happening because of me. I mean, not everybody in my life understands this mad way of thinking. The mad way is actually the right way. The world will call it mad. The world will also call you mad for not worrying. Oh my god, you did not have work for so many days, so many weeks. Shouldn't you worry? Shouldn't you do stuff? That seems very smart, but it's actually a stupid way of going about things. How many things will you allow from the outside to dictate how you should feel about yourself? No. And this goes against all philosophy also, right? Whatever has been said to us in the Bhagavad Gita also. Yeah, sthita prajna, being stoic, being unmoved and unchanged by the maya on the outside. It goes against that also. So how does it? So listen to me. Everything that is hidden from your view. So right now you're not looking at your bank account. So that is hidden from view. You can imagine that it is going up because tomorrow it could really go up. Now see, if that voice in your head is telling you, no, but I have a job, I will only get money when I get salary. That is your limitation that is speaking to you. That is keeping you in this current state of fear and limitation, right? You don't know. But what is the downside if you are only saying this about yourself in your mind, that no, I have lived this way for so long, but no longer. I am taking control of my life, my situation, my mind, and I know that if I put my mind to it, I can do anything. There is no upper limit. There is no luck. I make my own luck. I make my own fate. I decide how I am going to feel. I am going to feel like a king. I am going to feel like a queen. If a person messages me late, if a person doesn't message me at all, if that particular person is seen with somebody else, I will decide how I feel about myself. Yeah, it's their loss. I'm actually a great partner. I'm actually a great friend. It's okay. Doesn't matter. No, they're probably talking about me. They're probably intimidated by me. They're probably too overwhelmed thinking about how to be my friend. They're probably talking about that. Of course, my boss is, uh, you know, going to give me a much bigger promotion later. So, yeah, this choto moto promotion, it can go to somebody else. It doesn't matter. What is stopping you from saying things like that in your mind? Because that, when you keep speaking about yourself in your favor, in your mind, you don't have to go and tell this to anybody else. Nobody else needs to be convinced. Nobody else needs to be roped in for assistance. This is all you. I keep saying this, life is a single player game, and it only plays according to the script that you are writing for yourself. How somebody else is behaving also is your own script, and therefore they adhere to that script. So these days I have started forgiving people also. I don't take anything too seriously. I'm like, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Move on, move on, move on. Not let anything affect my equilibrium, you know. So that's my recommendation, and this is the law of assumption. This is the law of attraction. This is how you manifest a great life for yourself. Step by step by step, moment from moment, moment by moment, you build yourself and things manifest through you. Your money is related to you. Your money relates to you, and therefore it is what it is. Your body relates to you. Of course, it's your body, right? You're inhabiting it. So that's how it relates to you. Your relationships, there is this invisible connection between you and them, and that's how everything is related to you. So how you define everything is how everything will fall in place. That's my message. So see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and imagine and say good things about yourself. Reduce your screen time. No, there is nothing on the screen. Screen पे old news है. Reduce it. Let it go. Imagine this is the screen.